And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, back in action this evening, of course, as Liverpool take on Toulouse in matchday 3 in the Europa League. Of course, games coming thick and fast, Thursday to Sunday literal schedule. And we've already started the Europa League campaign tremendously well. Currently 2 wins from 2, and we'll be looking to try and get a third win against a Toulouse side that, you know, aren't that great in terms of how French football goes. They aren't one of the big teams within French football. It's not like a Paris Saint-Germain. It's not like a Lyon. Lyon are doing really bad at the moment. It's not like a Marseille. It's not like an AS Monaco. It's a sort of mid-table team that did qualify for the Europa League via the Coupe de France by winning the Coupe de France. So currently this season so far, they haven't really started that well. Currently sitting 10th in the league table, and yeah, a lot of their formation has been very traffic-like formation for much of it. Guys, in today's video, ahead of this, we're going to be discussing why the club have been handed a giant boost. We're also going to be providing you an update with a few other bits and pieces and discussing the overall latest Liverpool news for the last sort of 24 hours. But starting with the Anfield Roadstand, I think about a week ago we did suggest to you that, of course, Anfield Roadstand will not be ready until the new year, and basically that comes as no surprise. There's been constant delays after delays after delays since this project took on place, and there has been hurdles that the club have had to get over. The latest, of course, being changing a whole new construction group, and basically they delayed it from there. As probably thought that, following the confirmation of that, basically the club have officially cancelled those fixtures and refunded fans for the upcoming fixtures that they sold tickets for. So if you did buy a ticket for whatever reason, you were going to be getting your money back, and that is for the fixtures that are as follows: Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Fulham, Manchester United, Arsenal and Newcastle. So there you go. You are going to be getting a refund, and fans are being encouraged as well. If they're not going to be able to make it to those games, they are being encouraged to exchange them on the club's sort of official ticket platform, so other fans that wanted to go to the games can go. But yeah, that should be ready for next year. Quite frustrating, but it is what it is when it comes around to those sorts of things. Now, as I said, obviously Liverpool back in action tonight. It is expected that we will go with a sort of watered down lineup, a bit of plenty of changes probably from the Premier League the win at the weekends against Everton, as we have been doing in the Europa League, and as we should, because it's good to see some of the younger players, some of the fringe players get an opportunity. One of those players that has been filling in at left back for the Premier League and is expected to now until the end of the year is, of course, Kostas Tsimikas. He's probably going to be starting there again. However, there is an update with regards to Robbo. Obviously, Robbo got an injury to his shoulder and required surgery and is going to be out until the end of the year. Jurgen Klopp did confirm that his surgery did go well, so that's good news on that front. However, as things stand, things still remain the same, and that the player will not be back until the end of the year due to that dislocated shoulder. However, on good news, in terms of actual injury news, of course, Cody Gakpo has returned from an injury. Of course, he picked up a knee injury when playing against Tottenham Hotspur, scoring the goal. He was then substituted off. It did look fairly serious. However, he is fit and available and will be able to take on Toulouse this evening, which is very, very exciting on that front. Curtis Jones is obviously going to be available for the Europa League as well, which is another big boost within the middle of the park. He's been fantastic this season, of course, still serving a free-match ban in the Premier League, so we haven't seen him in dynastic games as of late. Luke Chambers is available as well. Again, this is another opportunity for Chambers. Kostas Tsimikas out there on the left back. It did seem as though he rolled his ankle, but with Andy Robertson out, it's a good opportunity maybe for Luke Chambers to fill in and actually play games. So he's going to be available now, which is good. And as I said, he has played a little part at the start of the season, and it's expected that he will maybe play a bit of a role within the Europa League. We'll see what happens there. It could be Chambers, could be Tsimikas, but he is available to make an appearance, which I do expect him to do so. Ben Doak is still unavailable, of course, picking up a muscle injury. Connor Bradley is unavailable as well, picking up a back injury. Stefan Bajcetic is still unavailable. Obviously, he's still out with his calf. Thiago, no surprise there, still out as well with a hip injury. And then, of course, as we touched upon there, is Andy Robertson. But a big boost, of course, Luke Chambers filling in because we are lacking left-back options. It's just Costa Simicas at the moment. And then obviously Cody Gakpo returning to the front three as well, which is a big boost because I think Gakpo is an excellent player. I really do. I think he's been fantastic since arriving at Liverpool, and certainly a player that gets me excited. So yeah, good to see his injury wasn't that serious, and he is back and ready for contention this evening. As I stated, guys, games coming thick and fast. Toulouse tonight, then of course back to Premier League action at the weekend, and I do expect us to go with a bit of a watered down team, probably bring in these sort of fringe of players and rotate the squad. We need to, especially if we want to compete on all fronts. We should be taking care of the Europa League games, not to be disrespectful to any of the opponents within our group, but we should be taking care of that with a watered down team, with a sort of B team, if you like. As you know, we've got quality, as Jurgen Klopp once stated. We've got starters on the bench, so players that haven't been starting week in and week out are good enough to start on a week-to-week basis, and this is where the proof needs to be. We need to be blowing away teams like Toulouse with our B team, so we can save our starting 11 for the weekend matches in the Premier League, where we're sort of looking to try and show that we can be title contenders this season. So yeah, very, very exciting as well. Obviously, other games are going to be taking place. The other matches in our group is Union Saint-Gilles versus Lask. And then, of course, we will be having a double header. So we're obviously playing Toulouse this week. And then later next month, of course, we're going to be playing Toulouse, but in France. Their last result at the weekend was, of course, you guessed it, a draw. Yes, they are drawing lots of games so far this season, but they drew to Reims, which leads them currently in 10th in the table, 11 points. And as I said, the formation is fairly Trafford-like. 2 draws. They did get a win in the Europa League match day 2 against Lask. Then they were winning against... then they won in the league against Metz, but then a loss to Lens. So yeah, very, very buoyant in terms of what their form is, and I'm unsure how they're probably going to be arriving today. But they're coming to Anfield. There should be no chance of them winning. I don't want to jinx ourselves, but we should be blowing this team away going forward. We've got our players returning back as well, and as I stated, B teams should be being able to get the job done against this Toulouse side. But very much excited for it. Looking forward to the match. Just to summarise what we've been through, guys. Of course, team news, big boost with regards to players returning. Robbo's surgery went well as well. Anfield Roadstand update with regards to the tickets. And yeah, we went through the sort of team news as well. So yeah, quite a few bits and pieces covered. But let's finish off here. What's your score predictions for this match against Toulouse? Do let me know down there in the comment section below. I'm going to go with a 4-0 win to Liverpool. I'm hoping we can keep a clean sheet. We did at the weekend as well, but hoping we can continue this clean sheet motion, and I'm going with a 4-0 win. Let me know yours down there in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.